Good day and welcome to our Travel Talk Tuesdays with me, Robert, your favorite travel advisor. And today we're going to change it up a little bit. I know that we said we were going to be talking about the Carnival Mardi Gras Excel suite that we had, but you know what? We had an opportunity to come to beautiful Walt Disney World here in Central Florida and stay at the Grand Floridian Resort. So today I am going to be changing it up and talking about Walt Disney World. So for those of you that have not been to Walt Disney World in a while, or maybe you've just been wanting to come back, but you're not sure about how things are progressing and if you should come, I would say now is actually a great time to come. Crowds are still really low. There are not a ton of people in the parks, which is a good thing. Disney used to pack out. You were waiting in lines hours and hours long. There were just a ton of people. You felt like you were in a park with almost 1 million people, and that's just not the case right now. Crowds are still kind of small. Travel to get here is not bad at all. It's just a quick short flight from anywhere here in the continental United States. And Disney is coming up here on October 1st. Walt Disney World will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now preparing for that. And that's just going to be an epic moment here come October 1st. Last night we had the opportunity, it happened about midnight 30. They were testing some of the new fireworks that will be going off for the 50th anniversary, and I tell you, they're going to be epic. I've always loved Walt Disney World fireworks, and these are twice the size of before. And I don't know if it's just because we were so close to them this time or what, but I was like, these are just beautiful, and you could just really feel the rumble when they were going off. But for those of you, like I said, who have not ever been to Walt Disney World sits on 40 square miles here in beautiful Buena Vista, Florida, which is right basically Orlando. We sit right at the intersection of I-4 and Highway 192. And this is just a beautiful piece of property. There are 4 parks here. So you have your Magic Kingdom, which was your original park. And then right here around, I don't know if you can see, right here at the lagoon I'm at, we're at one of the original resorts, the Grand Floridian, followed by the Polynesian, and followed by the Contemporary. Those were the 3 resorts that started here when Walt Disney World started with just Magic Kingdom 50 years ago. And then we also have Epcot. Epcot is going under huge renovation right now. That's where you're going to find your World Showcase over there, all the countries. You hear people talk about the Food and Wine Festival. That's where it's going to be at. Then you have your Hollywood Studios. And Hollywood Studios used to be known as MGM, and then they changed it to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that's where you're going to find the Tower of Terror and all of your Star Wars stuff. So the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is over there, you've got Star Wars Rise of the Resistance over there, you've also got your Toy Story Land, and then finally you have Animal Kingdom. And Animal Kingdom is just that immersive experience where you can just get right up and close with nature with their safari ride. You can do things like Avatar Flight of Passage, where you hop on the back of a Banshee. If you're familiar with the Avatar movies, you hop on the back of a Banshee and you can soar through Pandora. And it's just a great experience. You really feel immersed. Disney is very good at immersing you in their storylines and immersing you so you really feel like you're there. When you walk into Pandora over at Animal Kingdom, you really feel like you have been transported to a whole different planet. You don't feel like you're back on Earth. There's all kinds of amazing stuff. Same with when you go over to Galaxy's Edge. You feel like you're transported somewhere else. The scenery just really takes you in. The smells and just the sounds and everything really bring you there. And then there's the Disney Springs, which is the dining venue and also the shopping district for Walt Disney World. And then there's tons of resorts that are here on property. And what I do love about Disney, and Disney's always done this right, is when you're on property, you have no reason to leave property. There is literally food delivery services for groceries. If you're staying at one of the villas or one of the resorts where you have a full kitchenette, you have the ability to just order your groceries and have them brought right here to you on property. So you really never need to leave. It is a one-stop shop. And then all of transportation around Walt Disney World is included with your stay, whether that be via a bus or via a monorail. There was also a minivan service. It has not been brought back up and going since being shut down from COVID, but there is the Disney minivan service, which is almost like a Lyft or an Uber service that is offered by Disney. Oh, excuse me. And It's just a great place. And then there's also, I haven't seen one go by in a minute, but if your resort is located on water, there's usually a ferry boat. So you can take a ferry boat back and forth from the parks over to your resort. So it's a nice little ride, usually a lot more intimate. There aren't as many people on board. And then Disney also just unveiled, right before COVID and the world shut down, a Skyliner system. And that Skyliner system currently connects 2 parks and I believe 3 resorts. So it connects Epcot and Hollywood Studios, along with some of the resorts along that way over there, including Caribbean Beach. So that's another resort. I could go on all day about just the resorts, but when you go over to Caribbean Beach, you really feel like you've stepped into the Caribbean. And the theming is really well. The hospitality is great. Disney has always had that epic hospitality, and those cast members really do take care of you. It's just one of those experiences. So like I said, if you haven't been to Disney in a while, or you've been thinking about Disney, or you've put it off of your list, I would say, you know what? Put it back on your list. Come down and visit Disney World. It's a great experience. And some people go, I'm too old for Disney World. Disney World's just for little kids. I promise you it is not. There's a lot to do as an adult here at Disney World. Like I said, the Food and Wine Festival over at Epcot and the World Showcase, that's not for kids, that's completely for adults. There's plenty of entertainment to be had. There's plenty of amazing drinks and amazing food. There's so many amazing restaurants on property, no matter what your cuisine, no matter what you like to eat. It's kind of like being on a cruise ship, except you're here on land. You have 40 square miles to explore. And there's amazing things that you can do while you're here. And even if you don't want to go to the parks, if you just wanted to come and explore and just experience the resorts and relax, that's an opportunity that you can also take. You do not have to be going into the parks and dealing with the little bit of crowds that are there. Like I said, they're nothing like they used to be. And the lines and the rides, maybe that's not for you. Maybe you just want to come and relax, take in the scenery, and enjoy some food and some away time. You can totally do that. Disney has set up their property and the resorts in just that way. Oh, sorry, there's one of those ferry boats I was telling you about. Just one of the shuttles running some people back and forth from resorts over to Magic Kingdom, which I don't know if you can see behind me in the background there. You can see Cinderella's castle topping over there above the trees, followed by Space Mountain. And then the new Tron roller coaster is actually sitting over there in construction also. So you can see a lot. And I'll try to zoom in a little bit over there for you so you can see. It's just great. This is a beautiful day here in Central Florida. The weather has been holding out for us here. It is warm, but if you're looking, for that time of year to come when it's not going to be so hot, that October time for that 50th anniversary, that's going to be when I would say, hey, come on down to Disney and experience it. But as I was saying, if you're looking to just sit and relax, you can do that. You can come, and these resorts are all immersive. So when you come to these resorts, you can really just stay here and you don't need to leave. There's pools, there's bars, there's food service, all here at every resort on property. And these pools are amazing. They're not just, hey, there's a pool out there. It's themed. So if you're staying at Disney's All-Star Resort, depending on if you're staying at sports or over at movies, that pool over there is going to be themed to the hotel, and it's going to be themed to the part of the property that you're staying in. And then there's one last, I don't know if you can see it. Right there behind me, the really big building, that is the Contemporary. Now, for those of you that have visited in the past, and you're like, those are old resorts. The Contemporary, the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, they're older resorts. And yes, they are. Like I said, they were built almost 50 years ago, but they have been undergoing huge renovations. The Contemporary Resort has now been rethemed. I believe it is now going to be themed to Incredibles, so they've just finished that. The Polynesian Resort has taken on the theme of Moana, and here at the Grand Floridian, there's always been a Mary Poppins underlay to the theme here at Grand Floridian, and that theme, I believe, this resort is going to be next on the list for its major renovation, and I believe they're just going to enhance that Mary Poppins theme, but do not take my word for that. I'm not an Imagineer, so I do not know for sure, but if I had to say what would Disney do to the Grand Floridian, I think it would just to be enhance that turn of the century experience, just really bring things, back up to par, where you really feel like you've stepped in to the early 1900s to a nice beachside resort. And well, guys, that's kind of all the time I have for today. I just wanted to share a little bit with you, and I've got some more of this resort to explore before we have to check out today. It's been an amazing experience. This is our first time actually staying here at the Grand Floridian, so I'll be posting some pictures and some short videos later on the things that we've been able to see and experience while we've been here. But as always, be sure that you see the world before you leave the world. Take care, guys. See you next week.